Hey, what's going on, everybody? Right before we start this review of Gintama, just want to apologize. The audio on my end, for some reason, was being recorded twice. So that's why we have this echoey sound in the first half. But once Discord crashed, I ended up fixing it, so the second half sounds okay. Just don't know why that happened, but here we are. So it's not that bad, so let's just go ahead and get into the episode. Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast. Before we start, real quick, just got to let you guys know, updating, this is in March, Corona time, baby. Modelo flu. Things are getting more crazy out there. As far as podcast goes, we shall see what's going to happen. Yeah, so manga reviews should still be happening on schedule. Marvel Talk should be, hopefully, coming back soon. And then as far as the main episodes go, we'll see what we can do. It'll probably take longer because we're going to have to do something on Discord and go from there. But we'll update you on Twitter and Instagram, and that's, remember, Unversed Podcast, if you want to keep up with all that stuff. And so in the meantime, let's get into it, man. Gintama, we're back. This is chapters 552 to 595. This is a whole arc. This is the decisive battle arc. Wow, there's a lot happened in this one.
All the flashbacks, huh?
A lot of flashbacks. This is now the longest arc in the series as well.
Yeah, let me know when you get to chapter, I think it was 686 you were telling me, because that's where, like, the anime ends off.
Yeah, so 686 is where we'll end off, whatever episode that's going to be, and then moving forward will be just pure manga stuff.
It's been getting crazy, though, hasn't it, though?
Yeah, pretty crazy. I will say, if we're going to bounce around in this series, for this arc, I wasn't a big fan on how it ended. You know, it's so focused on Gintama, or Gintoki, Katsura, you know, Shinsuke, what's his name?
Sakamoto.
And Sakamoto, they're all there trying to get their sensei, you know, getting ready to fight him, which is, was it Utsuro?
Yeah, Utsuro.
Yeah. And, you know, I was like, oh, this is getting pretty crazy. Like, this feels like the end of the series is coming up.
But wait, there's more.
It gets abruptly stopped by Kamui, Kagura's brother, and then the arc focuses on him until the end, which I really liked that fight. It was really great to see, especially with the flashbacks with Umiboro and, you know, how he met his wife and all that. But I was like, oh, I wish this happened sooner.
Yeah, I like that flashback where you try to kill those giant worms on the planet.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, I like Umibozo's design back in the day when he had hair.
Oh, when he wasn't bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh my god, freaking when Umibozu fought Utsuro, Jesus, that was an intense fight.
It really was. Two very, very strong men, and in the end, like, Umibozu almost gets killed.
Yeah, it was really intense. And man, it gets pretty anime in the fight. It pulled some bullshit with Utsuro, and it's like, oh, he's dead, and it's like, oh no, wait, but he just regenerated on that other body part that flew off like 3 chapters ago. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, that's right, because he's immortal.
Yeah, and I like how they delved into like Utsuro's backstory and why he's immortal and what's going on with that.
Yeah, and like what his plan is. He's trying to get that energy from other planets just to kill himself.
Yeah, it's one of those classic immortal villain tropes to where it's like, I'll help you guys if you could find a way to kill me because I'm tired of living.
He wants to kill himself, but at the same time take as many people with him.
Oh yeah. He wants like galactic genocide before he goes away.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna make Auschwitz look like a goddamn joke.
Yeah. Because I guess very similar, I'm guessing, to Final Fantasy VII, based on what I played. The life force from the planet is what gives them the power, but once you get rid of it, then the planets are just done. As he's going on and stealing this energy from the planets, it's going to be causing war on a galactic scale. And then it's so funny saying that, like war on a galactic scale in Gintama, and then here's these aliens like, have you heard about these samurais on Earth? And I'm like, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I guess that's how it works, huh?
Yeah, these alien races from like 3,000 light years away. They're just like, oh, be careful of those samurais. It's just like, how the fuck do you know about these people? And I'm like, of course, I'm reading Gintama.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting how like they do focus like, oh yeah, the samurai are these is this special race on Earth.
Hmm.
It's like a special like Spartans basically.
They really are.
And I think that's a cool aesthetic to go with. I'm fine with
Hmm.
that. Yeah, for this, especially because
Sci-fi samurai.
yeah, yeah. And man, again, yeah, Boichi. That's not his name. I was thinking of
Sriracha.
yeah, Srirachi, not Sriracha.
Sriracha, yeah.
Yeah, Srirachi. He did pretty good in this arc. I liked it. The fights were different for sure. The
Hmm.
backstory stuff was well built with Katsura and all them. Discovering who they were, and man, Katsura too with his flashback coming in with
Oh
that
yeah.
heat boy.
And also, I forget the other dude's name.
Shinsuke?
Katsura, you have Ginto. Yeah, Shinsuke. Yeah, you know about more about his backstory too.
Yeah, yeah, and that was good, and it was cool to see all four of them come together. Gintoki
Hmm.
Sakamoto, Katsura, and Shinsuke. That was pretty cool.
I love how like even during the flashbacks, like I'm looking at one of the pages, they're just beating the, and he's like the middleman if they all have an argument.
Yeah, they're always bullying Sakamoto. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite parts during this arc was like when everyone's like treating him like a fucking spittoon. They're just spitting on him, just like, oh yeah, oh, what was it? Fucking Shinsuke said, and they're like, oh, tell him I did, and he's just
Oh
like, will you
yeah.
stop spitting on me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that was my favorite part. The other one too, the new Shogun, I forget his name.
Oh,
I like to
Nobu.
call him Nobu. Yeah. I think he's trying to talk with these other alien races, to make a peace, and he's just like, oh, I gotta shit so fucking badly.
Yeah, surprising to get some work with his character as well.
Yeah, you get to know more about him, I guess.
Yeah, he's more than just a generic like one-minded character in the series now, and I thought that was nice for him to do that.
So, what were your least favorite parts about this?
Um, I really like what this moment in the arc, but I have to drop it down on points just because of where it's placed. Right, like I said earlier, the Kamui fight with Umibozu, and then we
Hmm.
get the flashback stuff. Like it's all great content, but I wish this happened literally the arc before this or something, like a
Yeah.
few arcs ago. Because when I was reading it and I saw Gintoki was getting his ass beat, like his arm was just destroyed,
Hmm.
and I'm like, and he's supposed to fight Utsuro after this? That's what I kept thinking. I'm like, how are we going to continue this war that's happening right now? And then they just Utsuro just leaves, and then it's like, okay, well, we're done for now. And I was like, oh, I wasn't too happy with that. Even though it's like, again, it's a great part of the arc and the series as a whole, but I just wish it wasn't in here.
It wasn't necessary. Would you say it's like more filler?
It's not filler because it is important stuff. Because we get more info about how these people are immortal, and we finally get closure with Kagura's family and all
Hmm.
that good stuff. It's just,
Especially her mom.
yeah, it's just again unfortunate that it's during this arc where it's supposed to be focused on Gintoki and his comrades fighting their old master.
I'm going through the chapters, and they just arrived on the planet, and their beret girls aren't all that different from your sister, and he's just like, God damn it, they're all gorillas.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And the customers that came to see them are just saying, damn it.
yeah. The subtle humor throughout the arc
Dude,
is
what the hell is
appreciated.
up with Gintama and like gorillas? Like,
I know
oh my
even
god.
Srirachi draws himself as a gorilla.
Right? It's just out of all the animals you could pick, you'd have
Yeah,
to
it's.
pick.
I'm guessing it's a wordplay with his name, maybe.
I guess, I don't know, unless he just really likes the
Yeah,
animal.
I mean Katsura, his fight in this arc is with a monkey,
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Damn it.
like a Sun Wukong looking character.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
That's right. Forget about that.
Yeah, and speaking of Katsura, yeah, he's the first one we get like more backstory into in this arc, and really good stuff, man. I didn't
Yeah,
wasn't expecting that.
Katsura became really like his character. Like instead of being like like the dumb, naive character, he became really strong.
Hmm.
Like they really hyped him up.
Yeah, he's always the joke character, because what's his
Yeah,
famous line? It's not Zura, it's Katsura,
yeah.
right?
Zura janai, Katsura da.
Yeah, and it's here at the end of his fight with some Wukong looking alien. He says it's not Katsura, it's Zura.
Yeah.
Solidifying that I'm not a humorous character all the time. Like, there's more to me than just this random stuff we do.
Hmm. What did you think of Bonsai and what happened with him?
Oh, he's the guy with the guitar, right?
Yeah, and the headphones, blue hair.
Yeah. Oh, what happened? He didn't die, right?
He did die.
Did he? I don't. Oh man. Let me get to it because yeah, it's like I read like half of this, and then a bunch of stuff happened in between me that reading this and then finishing the arc. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
scroll through.
I forget one of the other dudes they fight is like a robot that can like hack out.
Yeah, I gotta say there was some interesting variations in the captains that they fought, but then again, I was also like, oh, this is like some pretty edgy like bosses they're fighting, because yeah, the
Yeah,
robot
the dude with
guy.
the third eye.
Yeah, the guy with the third eye where his eyes are sewn shut. I'm like, this is like some Tokyo Pop villains I'm looking at here.
Tokyo Pop. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Like 2004 like antagonists.
Hmm. Yeah, the robot fight was interesting.
It really was, yeah.
And that arc was definitely interesting because we already had stuff with Sakamoto, right? As far as like flashbacks go and building his character. So now we're focusing on Nobunobu, which is pretty interesting.
I'm just looking. I'm going through these chapters. I'm like, man, it's been a while since I've watched this, and I'm just like, I just wish the new anime.
Yeah, well, it's gonna take longer now with everything going on.
It is, yeah. But I'm also down to read it too. Umibozu is talking with the other Yato dude, the first officer.
Yeah, I forget his name. The one that found Kamui in the flashbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and who lost an arm.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of comedy in Gintama, by far Gintoki's fight, excuse me, had the most humor in it when he was fighting that guy, and he's like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
with the
don't you?"
eye.
Yeah, and he's like, "Don't you remember me?" He's like, "I can't see, but I could sense like your energy or whatever."
Something about panties, right?
Well, at first he was just like, he's like, "Hey, give me back my 300 yen." Gintoki's yelling. And he's like, "No, that's the wrong guy." And he's like, "Oh, you're here."
Oh yeah, that fat dude.
And he's like, "Oh, you're here to get the 300 I borrowed." He's like, "No, you're wrong." And he's like, "As I remember, like it was yesterday, Bakuyasa." And it's like, and it's just a
There's
fat
like a
Gintoki. Yeah,
yeah. I was just like, I forgot about that dude. Like, where did he pop up from? And then I think he has his own backstory too. Like
yeah.
he
They,
was
they go deep, like very comedic deep into his character, and it's just like, oh, I was fighting him, but it turns out I was actually fighting the killing intent of Gintoki. And Gintoki actually does some very anime stuff here too, fighting this guy because again he's reading energy, instead of seeing. And then so what does Gintoki do to fight this guy? He's sending out different killing intents, like projections of killing intent at him, so he doesn't know which one's the real one. I was like, well, this is pretty. This is like a new power boost right here, dude. Like, what's this move set he did?
oh man.
Oh man, and it
That's
always hurts to see Gintoki stab people because it's a wooden sword.
Oh yeah, that's gotta hurt even more.
Yeah, yeah. And every time I see that, I'm like, how are you doing that? Yeah.
I'm going through the flashbacks right now. Oh yeah.
Like this part right here, like I like it because it really shows that this truly is Gintoki, like his entire existence, right? Because this guy's about to strike him in his like he's about to kill him, and he's like, oh, like what does he read? Like he reads the minds of samurais he killed, and it was like always nothing. And then he gets to Gintoki, he's got to cut his own head off, and he looks, and what does Gintoki say? He's like, I think I'll have sunny side up eggs for breakfast tomorrow.
He thinks before he dies.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
and I guess for your translator note, the kanji he used for sunny side up is grilled eyeballs.
That's great. Yeah, I'm looking at the fight with Katsura and the monkey dude, and the monkey and like Katsura like I think he cut off his arm, but then the
Yes.
monkey dude grabbed it again. I'm like, oof.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense for sure.
God damn. And you're right too. It's like they have these big ass fights and they're so tired. They're beat up and it's just like, oh yeah, guess what? You have to fight Utsuru next.
Yeah, because I was like, Jesus. I'm like, oh, Gintoki's fine because he's gonna be the one to fight him at the end, right? Or they're all gonna tag team and fight Utsuru, and then it's gonna be Gintoki at the end. That's what I'm expecting for the end of the series. But yeah, and then just to see them, oh, we gotta fight Kamui, we gotta do this, and that.
Yeah. And I was honestly thinking about like when you catch up to that chapter where the anime ends, I was thinking like I either start it from there or I just keep on reading One Piece.
One Piece is pretty good right now.
I'm on chapter 375. Like they just did I'm sorry to go off topic, but like I just got to the part where they're on the train. I think they're going to impel down. And they're just like,
yeah.
What's the sniper dude?
Usopp?
His name? Yeah, they're like, is that you, Usopp? No, I'm Sogeking. It's like, no, just let him have his moment. It's
no, they're not going to impel down. No, they're going to the Ennis lobby. Yeah, on the sea train.
With like the gates of justice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, back to Gintama. He turns into a Gundam. The hacker dude.
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous. It doesn't look like Banzai died from what I'm seeing here.
It might be later on.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, he's alive.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was about to die, and then Shinsuke saved him and joined the fight.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. There's like. I think it transitions well how it goes from like Gintoki fighting to Katsura fighting to Sakamoto fighting, Oh,
I mean, yeah, when Shinsuke joined in as well, and they all four of them were there, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that's where they're spitting on Sakamoto like tell Katsura,
Yeah,
funny stuff.
Tell Gintoki, tell Shinsuke, and he's just like, "Will you stop treating me like a fucking spittoon? God damn!"
Yeah. Oh, then this gets ridiculous here because Utsuru just summons like these mech drones with cannons on them to fight in the battle. And I was like, what's going on, dude? There's a lot just classic Gintama stuff, I guess. At the end of the day, here.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Hattori Hanzo? I forgot about him. The ninja dude with the hemorrhoids.
He left. He took off.
Gotcha. I don't know when he's coming back. Forget. Like everyone has a sword, and then again, like Sakamoto just has like guns, just from a distance.
Yeah, because he can't. As we saw in the flashback, he went to go save somebody, and it was the guy Gintoki fought with the one eye. Cut Sakamoto's arm at the forearm up to his palm, and so now he can't properly wield a sword anymore. That's why he uses guns.
Oh, I getcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he's fighting. I'm at the part where. And it gets really creepy how all the mechanical tentacles come out of his mouth.
Oh yeah. It kind of subtly changes genres when they fight the robot guy.
I went to like sci-fi horror.
Well, yeah, because they're kind of like they're acting like zombies. Very what am I trying to think? One of those space movies. Where they're all stuck in a space shuttle. Yeah.
This is like some alien shit right here.
Yeah. And so right around chapter 575, 76 is where we start the fight with Kamui and Unibozu, and man, it is just...
It's intense, isn't it?
Very intense, yeah.
Oh man, he was so close to killing him, but no, his other body part. That was he regenerated himself from that body part 3 chapters ago, crazy. That you said.
Yeah. It was great to see Kagura join in the fight, and that as well. Good stuff.
Man, you're very close to catching up.
I know, man. When I finished this arc, I was like 596 is where I'm starting the next chapter, and I was like, oh shit, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Just like a little bit over 100 chapters to go.
So far, where you are right now, you've read recently all the chapters. Are you really liking Gintama?
Yeah. I know we said right here 595 chapters into the series,
Hmm.
and yeah, this is some really good stuff, man. I mean, if I would, I do think I would recommend the series still. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
just I would recommend just skimming stuff you don't want to read, right? Because there are a good chunks of those arcs in the first half where I was like, "God, I kind of don't want to read this,
Yeah.
you know. But if someone somehow could just find a condensed version of just pure story,
Hmm.
I think that would be a very high quality series.
It would. It really would. Um, and especially oh, it's so good. Why does Umibozu in his flashback? He looks like a character from Dragon Ball.
He does, right? Yeah,
Yeah, because of the old like Chinese ponytail.
yeah. He looks like oh, what's his name? General Tao.
Oh,
General Tao had that outfit in
right?
Dragon Ball.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
that's right.
yeah.
He's missing his arm right now.
Yeah. I forgot. Utsuru interrupted the Umibozu fight with Kamui.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm not gonna lie. I was getting confused during the start of this fight because as he was fighting Utsuru, he was talking to this lady in a spaceship, and they were just talking about a bunch of random stuff.
Hmm.
And it's basically him talking about what they are.
Oh, the Yato.
Not the Yato, but what Utsuru is. Oh yeah, he's talking to this lady about who's the strongest Yato, basically. And he talked about how he fought Hosen back in the day, which that'd be a
Hmm.
cool fight to see.
Now he looks like Yamcha. Dur-
Yeah, with his hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is like during this fight with Utsuru is when we get Umibozu's flashback story of how he met his wife, and it turns out it was on the home planet of the Yato, which they have abandoned, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, because of all those worms, right?
Oh yeah, the worms live on there, yeah. But it's like a
Yeah.
dying planet, so that's why the Yato kind of left.
Hmm. And they spread around the galaxy.
Yeah, and I like this a lot because we do get more character with Umibozu,
Hmm.
but also it's more lore into the Yato clan, so it's more than just a copycat of the Saiyans.
Yeah, it really is a bit more. It's
Yeah,
not really like.
yeah, because I know in some mangas they can do that to where it's like, oh, we'll just copy paste this, not really delve into it. But I appreciate them doing it here.
Can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the powers that they have, that they're the immortal people, it's called Atlanta. Yeah. Or
Hmm.
Altana. Altana.
Altana, that's right. That's right.
That's a
That's what
very
it's called.
JRPG name, Altanas.
Altana, yeah.
So kind of like, so yes, like, oh, you need this much
Fantasy
mana.
Star, fan shit.
Yeah, exactly. um, and this is where the humor still comes in. He's like, he was fighting the worm, and then here comes this woman. It's like a woman stood, and he's like, and I too stood up.
That's great.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, I need this woman to be my wife.
I have traveled 3,000 light years to plant my seed.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, because I guess he talked to a fortune lady, and she was just like, "Yeah, you need to get some kids soon, man." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Oh, and we see why Kagura wears those Chinese cups on her hair because her mom also wore one on her braid.
Oh, I getcha. Okay.
Yeah. I like how when he's first talking to her, Umibozu's like super awkward. How about instead of suppressing
He's
these
just like,
Orochi, you suppress the Orochi in my pants?
why don't you be my partner? I mean, you're my business partner.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
talking about, right? 2 kids later. How did he go bald again? I forget.
He was just balding. It's just,
Oh.
yeah.
It's like, how did he lose his hair? Was it because he's getting old and stressed? No, he just lost it. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, again, really like this flashback stuff here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, looking at this again, I think Toriyama copied some of this stuff, as far as like those worm things that they fought, because that's in the Broly movie for Super.
Oh, that is.
Yeah, they wound up on a deserted planet with no
Huh.
life, but it has like a bunch of like Starship Trooper bugs, and then like these giant green aliens that look like these ones right here in the series.
Oh wow, huh? Today I learned. Wow.
Hmm.
Well, a lot of the main like the cannon fodder, the enemies here that they just like kill in like one swipe. They look like
Yeah, yeah.
the little like those like stripes on their forehead. Oh shit!
So here in the
Is it?
flashback with Kagura's mom, this is where we get more info about the Altanas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it really proves that Utsuru is the ultimate Altana, because these immortal people, they need to stay on their home planet. That's where they get their life source. And this is where we come to find out of how Kagura's mom dies. Is she no longer has any life force left?
Oh, she had Altana.
Yeah, she's one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but because she
Wow.
left the planet and lived on this like Dorohedoro looking place where it's always raining, that's she was dying because she no longer connected to the planet.
Because she was running out of magic.
Yeah, her mana was running low. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
she
then
was coughing up the blood.
yeah, and we find out it was, and this is why Kamui hates his father, because he's like, oh, you're the reason why mom's dying because you took her off of the planet that's keeping her alive.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
And it was Yato, right?
the planet's not called Yato. It's like it started with a K. I forgot what it was. But yeah, it was the home planet of the Yatos.
Okay.
Yeah, but then as we get into more of it, as these fights progress, we see that Kagura's mom said like, "Oh, I was already off of whatever was left at a certain point. I was gonna die inevitably anyways."
I wonder if that means if. I wonder if Kagura or Kamui is half Altana also.
I think because she left, she just became a normal Yato.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just regular Yatos. I mean, it could explain why Kamui is as strong as he is, because Umibozu's one of the strongest Yato, and then his mom being an immortal Yato could work.
That's true. I'm at the part now, like just going through the pages, and he sees the Altana crystal.
Yeah, so we find out that
That's what powers Utsuru.
well, no, so there's these crystals that sprout on the planets, right? That give out Altana onto the planet, and that's what keeps these few immortal people alive. But the catch is, again, it has to be from your home planet, so you can't mix, other Altana energy from other planets. But this is where it proves again Utsuru is the pinnacle of these immortal people because he can absorb other Altana from other planets. So that's why he doesn't have to stay on Earth the whole time.
Yeah, he can go to different planets.
Yeah.
God, he was so close to killing him. So close. Like he sacrificed himself. He got stabbed.
He got stabbed, lost,
Lost an arm.
lost his arm, and then yeah, here comes Utsuru and just almost kills him. Now he has no arms left, and then you would think like, okay, let's move on forward, but here comes Kamui still wanting to get rid of his own old man and fight him, and that's where Gintoki comes in, and yeah, this is some great stuff too. I really like it when Gintoki comes in,
Uh-huh.
and he's not only very serious, but he's also like trying to help, like Kamui in this situation, for example, because like during the Shogun assassination arc, I thought Gintoki was great there. The way he was giving orders and talking to the Shogun was really good
Yeah.
stuff. And we're getting more of that
I,
here.
I miss Shiga Shiga. He was a really good character.
Yeah, R.I.P. man. All right, we're
We're
back.
talking about the fight.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Discord just took a shit on us.
Yeah, and my phone started acting weird, so I tried to get on Discord on my phone, and then my phone started slowing down. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it was weird, man. I checked Discord on my phone, and it was still there. And then I opened it up on my laptop, and the whole server was gone. It was just missing.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I had to close it a few times. But now we're back. And again, apologies for some reason. I had two things open, so it was recording my audio twice, so it sounded weird in the first half. So apologies for that. It should be fine
And
now.
Also, as a side note, too, I just found out actress who voices the main villain in Doom Eternal also does the voice of Chum Chum.
Oh, wait, like
was-
fanboy Chum Chum?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, right.
It's so.
Man.
What was I watching? Somebody on Twitter posted a video. It's like, yo, the Japanese dub of Phineas and Ferb. I was like, this shit goes hard. And it's like,
Nanda kore wa finis.
yeah.
Oh man.
So weird. But yeah. So what we were just talking about is R.I.P. to the Shogun. We miss him.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
And
we were talking about Shige.
Yeah, Shige, R.I.P. And again, I like how Gintoki takes charge of situations, really proving how strong of a character he is. And he's about to fight Kamui right now.
Oh, the fight with Kamui too, with Kagura. Was that a fight?
She was kind of like coming in here and there, trying to stop Kamui from fighting their dad.
Mm-hmm.
But then she would like just get flung around here and there. And so now the focus is Gintoki fighting him. And if you guys remember, when he fought Hosen, who was one of the strongest Kato, that was tough on Gintoki. And now here he is trying to fight Kamui. And man, just the way Kamui is drawn, like his facial expressions and like the shading added, like it really shows like he's just pure anger at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing's gonna reason him at all. And it's taking like a lot for Gintoki to just even throw some decent hits in.
Why did he fight his father again when Umibozu was fighting Utsuro? I'm like,
oh, well, because Utsuru interrupted the fight with Kamui and Umibozu.
Oh,
yeah, and and that's when Umibozu just like, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. After he was regenerating, because he said in the panel, he's like, oh,
I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I used too much mana. I need to go refresh at the guild. That's basically what he said.
I ran out of potions, bro. I don't have any in my inventory left.
Yeah, I gotta go take rest at the town hall and all that
See,
stuff.
it even makes sense, too, because they also make fun of Dragon Quest also a lot.
Yeah, they do, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this fight's just really intense with Gintoki and Kamui.
Oh, yeah, I see it. All the force that he puts into, like, when he's, like, hitting him on the side of his head, because his sword's wooden. This was an intense fight.
Yeah. And the reason he doesn't like really seeing Kagura a lot is because she looks a lot like their mom.
Oh.
Yeah, and that kind of just pisses off Kamui more. And then now we see him go into that berserk state that Kagura went into when she first fought him during the Hosen arc.
That's right.
Yeah, so this is like when he's just mindless, doesn't even care about his own body, about anybody, like it says right here in this panel. Did he remove his limiter?
That's great.
Yeah, that's basically what happens, and now it's like a 3-on-1 fight going on right here. Oh, what's his name? I forget this Yato's name. He's important in the flashbacks as well.
The captain dude.
Yeah, he's the one that actually found Kamui when they were visiting the planet everybody was on. Oh, Abuto.
Abuto, okay.
Yeah, Abuto,
that's a name you could easily forget.
So he's in here, and he's like, he's like an average Yato guy, not really too famous or strong, right? He's just like, I'm just here because this is my life. This is how I have to do it. So now he's fighting Kamui, and gosh, just the ferocity, the way Sorachi just draws Kamui is just really good stuff.
Yeah, this is like a really. Oh, he stabs him through the leg also.
Mm-hmm.
God, with the wooden sword.
Again, yeah, that's like, oof, man, that had to hurt. Kagura steps in to stop Kamui from killing Abuto, and who's helping her is Shinpachi, which is really nice. And then here comes, Gintoki, and now it's like the Yorozua's fighting this guy.
I'll erase them all for you. Oh, man, yep.
But what you were saying with the Kagura fight, yeah, this is where the fight ends with her and Kamui fighting, and then he ends up passing out, or he ends up getting exhausted.
See, we need him to fight Utsuro.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll come back and join the side to fight him. Okay. And then here, to my surprise, after that fight, again, this is where like, here's like the bump in the road basically. But we're coming back into the main story here with Utsuru and all that, and we're getting a flashback with Oboro. But yeah, we get a flashback with Oboro, and this is where he first met Utsuru, and this is where we get more backstory with him. And I gotta say, man, it's it's very weird. So I just finished to jump ahead of like episodes. I finished Hinomaru Zuma, right, the sumo manga, and that'll be the next episode for manga reviews. But the main guy that they have to fight in there, right, the number one sumo guy, he has a bunch of different personalities in his mind, and they all fight differently. And I was like, this is just like this is a weird anime trope to have in a series. And then here we find out that Utsuru also has the same thing in his head. He has different personalities. It's the only way to keep himself sane, from just being immortal, and all the senseless death and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but we see Utsuru decided to help Oboro from dying when he was a child by infusing his blood into him. Very
Oh yeah,
heroes.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so now he has a little bit of immortality in him.
Just a little bit,
Just a-
just a drop of it.
Just a hint of immortal. What does that mean?
Yeah, just like a pinch of it.
Yeah, now Oboro's on borrowed time, basically. And we get more flashbacks with Utsuru, and he was saying how like he wants to leave the unit he's in, that Oboro eventually runs. I forget what they're called, like the crows, the Naraku.
The Naraku, yeah, Naraku.
Yeah, that's right.
'Cause every time I think of Naraku, I think Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I keep thinking. And looking at Oboro's design, he kind of looks like Naraku, like the way his eyes are drawn in his hair.
Yeah, like a young one,
Yeah.
a young version, but with white hair too.
Yeah, is it time to reread Inuyasha too? Come on.
The anime manga at the library.
Oh man, anime mangas, you're throwing it back, dude.
Yeah,
I think
we're going back.
That's the only manga I've ever seen any manga version. It was Inuyasha.
It's Inuyasha.
Fucking weird.
Yup.
But yeah, so we find out a bunch of stuff about Utsuru, which was this is where I think it's weird. It's like, oh, I have different personalities in my head, and every time I die, one of them dies, and it's like, what?
Oh,
Very weird. So now he's at the phase of his life during the flashback of like, well, I want to leave all this. I want to live a peaceful life, right? And this is the teacher that we know.
I'm bored killing people.
Literally, that's basically how it happened, right? He's like, yeah, I'm done,
Yeah.
guys. I'm gonna take a break. And so this is where he decides to open the school and all that, and that's where he interacts with Gintoki and all them. And we see like Oboro pretty much sacrificed his time with Utsuru by working with Naraku, kind of like sending them a different route of like, yeah, we don't know where he is, but eventually he led the team that found Utsuru and forced Gintoki to behead him and all that. Yeah, very crazy stuff here. And he fought Shinsuke Oboro, and that was a
Yeah, to
good
get
fight.
my master, I killed my master.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because by Utsuru being beheaded, that good side of him is dead now.
Man, what a crazy turn of events.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here, man. It was pretty good. But then again, yeah, this is where the arc just kind of ends off, where everybody just goes their separate ways, after Utsuru leaving, and then we get back to the usual humor stuff with Gintama.
Oh shit, Umibozu has coronavirus. Yeah, he's in the hospital bed. Operator.
Yeah. Like we get this scene on a bridge, everybody's back in Japan, and like here comes Kagura talking to them, and she's like, oh no, it's not whatever you're saying. She's like, can I have the time off changed to be like vacation pay?
Oh,
Yeah, and then here comes Umibozu, now he has rocket arms.
yeah, the fucking rocket. Oh yeah, the rocket punch, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's some Metal Gear Solid 5 shit right there. Oh, dude. No one can stop Umibozu now.
Yeah, so then we see like the flashback with Utsuru when Oboro was talking to Shinsuke before he, I guess, died, about like his whole like personality thing, and then we're inside of Utsuru's head, and we see all the personalities are dead except the final two, which is the one we have in present day, and the one that taught Gintoki and everybody, and then we see the one in present day severing the good side off.
Yeesh.
And again, it's very weird stuff. I also think it is kind of just weird how we transition to like, oh, now this is the final boss for the series. Almost kind of feels abruptly, because it's like, oh, the whole time we were focusing on Shinsuke, and now we're focusing on their master, and we're getting all this lore towards the end of the series. Kind of a weird shift.
A final push, you can say.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Rurouni Kenshin, where it was kind of similar to that, where like, oh, the final boss is this old person that Kenshin knew in the past. I guess I don't know if they were comrades at first or they fought along the same side at one point, and then now they have to fight each other. It's similar to Gintoki and Shinsuke. And then the final arc was like, oh, here comes this random person who's like super strong, ready to take out Kenshin, and it's kind of the same here.
Okay.
It's kind of like a, oh, we could get one final push into the series type of deal.
Gotcha.
So we see Utsuru here talking to the I don't even know what they're called. The Tendoshu.
Tendoshu, yeah.
They're sort of like the leaders of the galaxy. They're kind of like the Guardians in Green Lantern.
The Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, no, from Green Lantern, they have the Guardians, the all-knowing Guardians or whatever they're
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like them. Like they're even sitting similarly to how they do on pillars and all that. Um, and like yeah, they took
Hmm.
Utsuru, experimented them to see like where this power is coming from and all that, and by that, they absorb their immortal blood, and they've been infused with it, right? But it's wearing off. They're dying, right? Their bodies aren't, young anymore. They're decaying. And so Utsuru took advantage of that and convinced them to give them their keys, which are like these like tattoos in the palms of their hands that unlock
Hmm.
the Altana
Uh-huh.
from each planet. And so Utsuru is using that to blow up all these planets across the
So he can
galaxy.
kill himself.
Yeah, and then this is where he says, "Do you intend to start a universal scale war?" Telling Utsuru
Ooh.
that. And then this is where we find out his real goal is to just destroy planet Earth, which is weird. I mean, it's kind of it's like what we were saying earlier about his character. He's like, I'm going to take everybody out before I go, type of deal, but I still want to
Yeah.
die. And he figured like, well, if I destroy Earth, then that'll probably be the end of Utsuru eventually.
Hmm.
But he's taken out everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we see, Shinsuke takes. He actually takes Oboro with him, and I think it's implied that he died right here,
Yeah.
because his time was running out as well with the immortal blood.
All these flashbacks.
Yeah, so now we're here at an epilogue, just seeing where everybody's at the end of this
Hmm.
crazy fight, and we see that Kamui ended up visiting his mom's grave and left a flower on there for her, and all that, showing how like he kind of grew in this fight that he had with his family.
And now the samurai's final battle begins.
Yes, the final arc of the series. And to tease the next chapter, it starts with Hasegawa stuck
Trying
under
to get like a fucking
100
$1
yen
coin.
coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, man. So that was the decisive. Whoops. That was the decisive battle arc for Gintama. Whew, man.
That really was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, 43 chapters, man.
Next one. That's it. The next arc's a good one. My favorite thing about that arc too is they finally make fun of Evangelion. Those green big ass monster dudes that like plant flowers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. They turn them into like an Eva unit. Other than that, though, I'm glad you enjoyed that arc. The next
Well,
one is going to be really good.
yeah, looking forward to it, man. And you said it right. This is it for Gintama. It's just one big arc after this, or
I think so. I know the last arc is called the Silver Soul. Again, where the anime ended and the manga ended. The anime ended at like episode 350 something, which is basically 86, but there's still another 100 chapters after that. Basically, the battle that you saw, it's going to be around, I want to say on a bigger scale, but it's going to be on Earth. There's still some comedy in there, but it's like subtle little comedy, like
oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna
yeah.
be over 100 chapters here. I don't expect it to be one giant serious arc the entire time.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
next one is basically another giant battle too.
Cool, man. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, yeah, this arc was pretty solid. Again, just aside from the fact that we had a sidestep to resolve the Kamui stuff before, was
Yeah. It's a good thing they resolved it now.
yeah. I mean, again, I like it. It's just the fact that it was during this arc that's focusing on one character, and we have to like, oh wait, hold on, let's finish this first. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. Wait, hold on, we need to talk about their backstory.
Yeah, so next episode it'll probably be back to the form of about 50 chapters, depending on like how this arc's going to play out when I get into it. And that's going to wrap us up today. So thanks for listening as always. Again, next episode for manga, like I said, is Hinomaru Zumo.
Any questions, just email us at unversedpodcast@gmail.com in these trying times.
Yeah, let us know what's going on, man. Are you reading Gintama as well? What do you think of the series? We'd love to talk about it on the next episode, as always. And again, like we said in the beginning, Unversed Podcast on social media if you want to stay up to date on what we're doing. Updates on the show, when episodes drop, all that good stuff. And Marvel Talk as well. We'll be on Twitter. I'll be letting you guys know what's going on with that. So, it's going to wrap us up. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
I have a Christian rap song if you guys want to hear it.
Wait, that you made one?
Yeah, I wrote one. It's not released yet. If you guys want to hear it.
Yes. Yo,
right.
Yeah,
Can someone beatbox for me real quick?
Yeah, what kind of beat do you want?
Just like hit me with the beat, and I'll tell you to slow it down and speed it up. I'll tell you. Hey, that's perfect. Hey. Yo, I think I seen Gotti drive an all-white Lambo. Plays Marvel 2 and always picks Captain Commando. Favorite movie, Rambo. Favorite song, Guillotine. He loves his job but hates that little part where he kills your dreams. He's never ever late for his business meetings. His sentences are short, but all of them have different meanings. Playing with demons, dreaming of dying to leave. It's some vampires by my campfire.
Fuck!